Good morning, everyone. This is Dan. Welcome to welcome to Engelgeist, my channel. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. I greatly appreciate it. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It's a collective, sort of energy reading, kind of letting us know what's available to us, what can be utilized, or what we need to be aware of while we're moving through the day. If it makes sense for you, great. By all means, utilize it. It's originally created for Monday, the 19th of December, but you can watch it at any time. If it fits your situation, something you're thinking about, dealing with, feeling, by all means, use it to your highest good. If it doesn't fit, that's okay. It doesn't mean that it's not like that you're doing anything wrong or that, you're not on your path or anything like that. It just may not be your reading at this time. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath any of my daily readings. In there is housekeeping rules, things I want you to think about when utilizing the channel. And also ways to support the channel. In there's information about what decks I'm using, how to follow me on social media, how to get in touch with me via social media for a private reading if you want something more specific to your situation, and easy ways to support the channel. Please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, share the video out, and send me a question or comment on the video, and I will read it and maybe respond if it's a question. So let's see what's going on. I'll be referring to the Sunday underpinning energy, which is the video that populates in the lower left-hand corner of this video. So if you hear me talking about cards that you don't see here, it's generally those cards from that reading, because that energy kind of is in the background at play, adding another level to what we're seeing here in the dailies. So let's see what's going on. So oh my God! We need to keep our minds clear this week, guys. We have seen her 3 days in a row. We saw her on Saturday's reading of last week. She was also the underpinning energy for the beginning of this week, right? So she's with us probably Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week. We're now looking at, Monday's reading, and she's still here. She is reminding us, clear our minds. This is the Six of Swords. She is not leaving, this woman. She is telling us we need to really look at the thoughts we're thinking, the things we're communicating, maybe even the energetic vibrations that we are putting out, and setting them straight, setting them right, setting them to a space of balance. We also saw in yesterday's Sunday underpinning in the clarifiers the Six of Swords from a different deck. So this is really about an opportunity to probably reset our mind and our thoughts, especially at the end of the year, especially during the holiday season when we're a little bit more stressed, or dealing with loved ones that could be problematic or whatever. It's an opportunity here for us to kind of take control of not control of our minds, but settle our minds. Settle is a better word. Control is more resistance based, right? But it's an opportunity for us to take control or settle our thoughts and set them up in a way that moves us forward to prosperity, to balance, to freedom, to calmer waters, right? With the Six of Swords, I feel like, and I've said this in the other readings, there's a tentativeness to this. There's no need for speed. There's no need to rush. It's more about stopping and contemplating, is this the right thought for me? Is this the right route I want to take and communicate out into the world? And then she steps forward onto that thought once she decides it is indeed right. The emotions should be calm. Right now, the water underneath her is pulling my attention. Our emotions should be calm enough that we have the opportunity here to get our thoughts right, or clear, let's say. I don't want to say right, because it's not about right or wrong thought. It's just about what are we thinking. Is it moving us forward, or is it pushing us back? Is it limiting us, or is it moving us forward? And I feel like this could be work for some of us. That's why we're seeing this card so much. We need to be, this is a good word for this card, meticulous in paying attention to what we're thinking and what we're expressing to ourselves in our internal dialogue. Because if we're not, and we're not paying attention, we could be sending ourselves down wrong roads of thought or communication that lead to imbalance or to frustration or emotionality. For those of you that are feeling overly emotional, you might still be going through it, because my expression for the last few weeks is I feel like we're all being pushed through the keyhole. But here we get to kind of choose, I feel like we get to choose how we're pushed, or which keyhole we're going through at this point, or how we view the keyhole, how we perceive the keyhole. Is this a frustration, or is this a blessing? You know, is it a gift, or is it a curse? These are the thoughts that we want to get clear on as we move forward tentatively. There's also, and I don't necessarily, I mean, I do get this with the normal Six of Swords. It's almost like a mental health care day, or you know what I'm saying? Like, really kind of looking at how we perceive ourselves in our world and how that moves us forward. Again, I'm going to go back to that concept. She's like tiptoeing. She's being delicate with herself. She's being gentle with herself. Also, I'm going to say this too, the purple outfit she's wearing, those purple pants, make me think of our crown chakra and our knowing, our higher self, also indicating a little bit to our thoughts and directing our thoughts in ways that we may need to move carefully or steadily or with patience towards a new, better form of growth, vision, outcome, whatever that may be for you. Remember too, the grounding stone underneath all of this for this week is grounding in our peace. This should be bringing peace of mind, this card. You know, that's the attempt of this card, is to remind us to maintain and work towards and take steps towards having that peace of mind as we work through the day. There's an opportunity here, if you're not feeling very clear, to get very clear on what works for you rather than what doesn't mentally. And then how to communicate that. That could be communications with people outside of ourselves, or that could just be communication with ourselves. But paying attention to that and taking the next right steps towards the next right thought is really the key here. And I'm going to say this, she does look like she's balancing right, but I don't get a sense of precariousness. I get more a sense of delicacy, nurturing, really like holding our thoughts, even if they're negative, holding them and going, okay, I understand this is a thought of frustration or sadness or judgment. Why do I do this to myself? Or why am I thinking this way? What is the real truth behind this, right? Because swords oftentimes, aside from representing thoughts and what we communicate, the Ace of Swords is about truth, ultimately. The truth in a situation, seeing beyond it with a logical perspective that, you know, when you see the Six of Swords, it's about moving us forward to a calmer, better place. So let's get there, guys, so we can see some different cards. Here is our Divine Abundance card, and I'm digging it. I love it. It's awakening, and it's all green, which is healing, which gives me good vibes with the greenish tones and the emotions here. Awakening is, oh my Lord, wake me from life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts and common sense. Now, common sense to me makes me think of, you know, taking the time to delicately take the next right steps. Be logical, use your common sense, and awaken yourself, right? What's in your heart? What's in your spirit? What's in your soul? That would be the green. That would be the heart chakra to me in the awakening card. I love the giant butterfly wings behind, I think that's Shiva. Or it's either Shiva or, I can't think of which Indian god that is that plays the flute. Is it Shiva? It might be Shiva. I'm not 100% sure. But we also have the cow, which to me, we saw the cow in another card last week, and the cow to me is like the sacred animal. It's like mother's milk. It's like earthbound animal, and they're definitely regarded in India as holy. And then these giant butterfly wings of transformation happening in the background, they haven't fully emerged yet. We're in this awakening. We're in this transformation. The swallow here to me is always a sign of spirit coming to us, and this looks like a hand doing a mudra. You know, that when you meditate and you do the mudra. So look up mudra, find your mudra, change your mudra, whatever you need to do. By cleaning up our thoughts, we can change our mudra, people. That should be a t-shirt, I think. Clear your thoughts, change your mudra. Mudra is spelled M-U-D-R-A in this case, not like mudra. So I think that there's a turning point that's happening this week. Maybe we're dealing with the holidays differently. Maybe we are talking to our relatives differently. Maybe they're not necessarily able to push our buttons, or we're a little bit more careful in how we let them push our buttons, because we're rearranging our buttons right now with this Six of Swords that we keep seeing. And it's awakening us to different, new, clearer, more balanced thinking. And that's important right now. Grounding in this peace, right? Remember that this week. And you think about it, it is the holiday season, and there's that whole idea with peace on earth. And, to me, the winter is all about going inward. Animals, that hibernate naturally go inward for the winter season. We can do the same too. It's a time to, I know the holiday season doesn't necessarily allow us to slow down or concentrate on self-care, but I think for those of you that watch this, that would be the goal today for us, is to concentrate on, reawakening to ourselves and what we're thinking, and paying more attention to that, and giving ourselves that self-care. All right, so let's go to the clarifiers and see what's going on there. We have the Eight of Swords. Okay, so some of you are going through it. Or some of you are feeling like, if I let this go, or if I don't continue to think about it, I'm going to remain, it's not going to fix itself on its own. Wrong, it will. We got to fix ourselves within it first. The Eight of Swords, she's not seeing something, obviously. She's blindfolded and she feels trapped because there's her thoughts all around her. But ultimately, what she doesn't realize is that if she takes a step forward in faith, similar to the woman on the Six of Swords, she can actually free herself from the situation that she sees herself as stuck in. So if we've been feeling stuck with a certain person, in a certain situation, we're not as stuck as we think, and we need to really look at that. And I say that again, we're not as stuck as we think. These swords are about our thoughts and where we're placing ourselves in our world right now. Are we placing ourselves in a place where we feel bound, entrapped, or stuck, versus slowly, tentatively moving forward and choosing the next right thought and the next right thought, like we see in the Six of Swords there? The midway card is the Page of Pentacles. Pages to me are about youth, they're about learning. Pentacles would be the earth, obviously, and then, the 3D body or experience and what we're creating in this world. I think that this indicates pages are oftentimes students too, like learning, studying to become the knight in a way. And when I think about this Page of Pentacles to me is like, this might be a slower energy, a quieter time, a heavier energy, but that's also because it's the winter season, guys. And it's also, I'm going to say that to me, it feels like there's opportunity for new 3D growth in our life right now if we trust it. If we shift from this 8 back to the 6 and start to re-choose our thoughts in ways that don't limit ourselves, the page opens up and gives us an opportunity to maybe potentially build something new. Pages can bring inspiration and exuberance, learning, opportunity, but we have to sometimes maybe act on that opportunity without the awareness of how it's all going to play out. We can't plan everything, we can't have, and I think that 8 is sort of us trying to maybe foresee into the future, and we can't, and so we feel frustrated, scared, or trapped by whatever it is we're doing, and we're not trapped. The page would indicate that there's actually an opportunity here for growth and learning, and an opportunity to sort of build upon whatever it is that we're dealing with, but we have to look at how are we holding it, how are we thinking about it, are we letting it hold us, or are we holding it? Let's say that. And then the last clarifier, and I mean that in the mind, is the Eight of Cups. Interesting, we have 2 8s on either side. The Eight of Cups is sometimes about taking the higher road. It's about stepping away from something that no longer emotionally serves us. And I think that some of this non-emotional service would be around our thoughts, in the sense that what we think can stimulate emotions within the body that we feel at the physical level, i.e. that Page of Pentacles there, that become the building blocks for what we create in the 3D world, right? Paying attention to what we're thinking and what we're feeling, and then stepping away from the things that don't necessarily serve us in those arenas are going to be important right now. The moon in that Eight of Cups makes me think too that we also need to listen a little bit to our intuition, and that's the purple pants on the Purple pants. That's the purple pants on the woman in the Six of Swords, is that higher spiritual wisdom, aligning our mind with that, and then, you know, moving forward, albeit slowly, because that page is going to be slow and learning in the moment. And it's very much, this is like, you know, the Six of Swords too, her taking that step, it's like very much in the present moment, us being very aware. We're not like, we need to be in the now, looking at the now in an awakened state, rather than worrying about the past or what happened last year and is that going to be a repeat of this year. You know, all of that stuff that can send us out of present time and into either past time or future time. And that's where we get trapped, because we get trapped by either the ideas of the shame or the whatever of the past that we've been through, assuming that it's just going to repeat itself, which it potentially can if we don't free ourselves from it and the expectation of it. But also, you know, sometimes we get trapped in the ideas of our future and how we think it's going to play out. And that can trap us just as much. We're not trapped though. We need to awaken to the idea of thinking cleaner, better, more balanced thoughts, taking it step by step. The Page of Pentacles would also be taking it step by step. Oftentimes he's like, I associate him with sort of like in relationship readings and with breadcrumbing. You know, you take a little, you get a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. And that's what she's doing in the Six of Swords. She's taking the next right step, the next right step. The Page, to me, him being Pentacles, is earthy and grounded. Whatever it is we're doing or learning or focusing on, we're making solid through that Pentacles energy. So keep that in mind. Emotionally, there could be a clearing from this Eight of Cups. We could be walking away from old emotions from this year or old experiences that no longer serve us, right? Like choosing not to reflect upon the things that were wrong about 2022 or about how we were treated or whatever, and moving forward to a new state, to a place where we can build or create something foundationally solid and grounded that serves us. Let's go to the grounding stone. This is a principle you want to ground in during the day today while you do this work. And the grounding stone is on Snowflake Obsidian. It's got a little chip in it, sorry. And it is energy. Maintaining our energy through our thoughts, both, you know, our energy both emotionally and thought-wise is going to be key today, right? Paying attention to what our thoughts create within our energy, both emotionally and mentally, is going to be key today, and how that connects to our spirit. Energy, peace is also an energy, right? And peace is underpinning this. So maintaining that energy or grounding in that energy of peace is going to be key also. Obsidian wards off negativity. You know, it's a black stone, but it's highly, you know, it wards off lots of negativity. So any negativity that's coming towards you, in essence, I want to kind of say, allow the obsidian to absorb it for you and protect you while you clear your mind and your thoughts and you move forward, rather than fight against it or suck it in and get all wrapped up in it and Eight of Swords it, right? It's not worth it. Keeping clear, like, sort of attention on your energy and where it's at today is going to be key in helping you to continue to move forward in these clear thinking thoughts and stepping away from maybe the muddied emotions, and also trusting your intuition a little bit to pursue this awakening of, oh wait, I don't have to do this way anymore. This may have used to work for me, but it doesn't any longer. I'm gonna try going this route now. And so I think that's, you know, powerful stuff. That is your reading, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button, share the video out, leave me a question or comment, and by all means, like seriously, subscribe to the channel, and let me know, you know, what you're thinking, if this is resonating, and enjoy this. It's here for all of us to make the most of, so do so. Please, please do so. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.